Hey guys, it's Cassandra. Sorry for the change in time and then the late arrival. It's holiday week. I really considered not doing a video, but then I was like, I really want to do a video. And then I'm pretty positive that the earrings from this the inspiration earrings for this project, I believe, are at the store. So playing with some new equipment. There we go. I like that lighting a lot better. I just got to figure out. There we go. Not great, but not terrible. I think I might bring my other light over in front of me, even though it'll be on camera. Ooh, a little bit. Or I can face it this direction a little bit more. We'll try that first. How's everybody doing tonight? Ms. Zach in Michigan. Hi, Ms. Zach. Welcome. So I was just explaining that this is a partial earring from the inspiration that we posted for this video. So you can see the full view of the full earring there, but we're going to quickly go over, like in 20 minutes or so, how to start herringbone, which is what the top of this earring is, and then how to create the portion for these little dangle drops. And just so you guys know the inspiration behind this, there are size 10 Matubo seed beads that we picked up while we were on our shopping trip in the Czech Republic. So these are a fun new item that you can find on our website, which is on your screen right now. And then there's just a few size 15s, which we also carry and have listed, and a size 4x4 millimeter. And this is a press. So unlike, and this isn't even on the earring that I've got in front of you right now yet. It goes at the top. But that is a new product for us. So kind of like a crystal bicone, but I think a little softer looking because of the rounded edges. And then these are, I believe, a 6 or 5x9 millimeter drop, which I need to confirm, but I believe I listed this all on the original event. So like the title area on your YouTube. But that is what we are going to be working with today. I've got all sorts of thread all over the place here. And I've got like random notes all over these spools, but we carry a 10-pound wildfire, and that is what I'm working with for the earring. You could probably use like a 1G or Sono. I have those out on my tray, but for the sake of consistency, I'm going to use the same thing I started with the first time. So I'm going to cut 2 yards of thread. I honestly don't remember what I started with on this first one. And this is a little bit longer than the original picture. So the drops are going to get continuously longer on that sample. But I wanted it a little more dangly because that's my style when it comes to the earrings. And I'm definitely going to use one of our new styles of ear wires that we are going to get in this weekend. So we won't have them on our site or in the store, probably available for sale until next week sometime. But just you wait. I'm really excited. They had all my favorite colors, which are antique copper and antique brass, and then shiny gold. And I actually got the antique silver. I have plenty of shiny silver ear wires right now, but I'm not flush with antique colored ear wires. So this project is 6 beads wide. And I mean, this you can do in as large or small of a width as you want. With herringbone, you need to use an even number of beads. So I've got the 6 beads on my thread there, and I am going to go ahead and enlarge the not that picture. Enlarge this one and then bring over more light for you. There we go. Okay. So 6 beads on there. And I'm working with the beige wildfire. This is a really good neutral color thread. And you want to leave, I'm going to say like an 8+ inch tail from the end that's closest to your needle. You're going to go through not the last bead added, but the second one in, and you're going to go towards the tail end. So I'm entering that bead from the side that my tail is at. When you bring all that around, it's going to look like this. And then we're going to pull it into a stacked unit. And then now you're going to go to the next available bead that's like singular there and go the same direction through it. And the great thing, I know I'm going fast about these videos, is that you can pause and watch them slowly on replay any time. So don't try to keep up with me if you don't know herringbone. And we've got some other herringbone videos. We're doing this all the way to the end of this row of beads. So you would have the opportunity to go watch some other herringbone tutorials, I believe, on this channel, between here and our Facebook page, which is where we have done some previous videos as well. And then as you can see, I've got 3 festive colors here because I really want some fun new holiday earrings, and I love coppers. So this is what you're gonna roughly be looking at. My camera, the light is now too low to show that. So we're gonna remedy that real quick here. And so that's what's actually called a ladder stitch. You have to start, and there's different ways to do it. So you might see other ways, even on our channels, of how to create a ladder stitch. But you start off with that, and then you add 2 of your beads. Because I've got that mix of colors, I'm going to add in the green and the red with copper every so often. And you're going to go, we're coming out over on this bead. We're going to go up through the next bead this direction. This is our tail right here. And then the beads will stack like so. And before you add anything else, you have to go from the bead that you are coming out of up or down, however you want to look at it, through the next bead over. So you've got the tail on the far right, and then the next thread is your thread that the needle's coming through or using, and then the next bead is what you're going to go up through. So no beads yet, because now is when we add the next set. So we're going to go. So every time you go through a bead with no beads, the next bead you go through the opposite direction with beads on it when you're within the row. The turnaround is a little different. So then from there, remember, before we add any beads, we have to go through another bead. So we're going to add 2 more beads. We'll be at the end of our row. I'm going to show you guys a turnaround and how to do the next row, working out of the previous row of end of belly, and then we'll go to the drop portion because you'll work until you're satisfied with that. So there's a lot of ways to do this turnaround. My go-to with the least amount of thread showing and no extra beads is you go back through the second bead in from the edge, no beads on your thread right now or on your needle. And then from there, we're going to go through that top bead, the last bead added, and the very last row added. And that little jog with your thread is not going to show in your work. So now we're going to do one more row. So you are only working through the last row of beads, meaning you don't go down through. We've got 2 beads on our thread right now, and you don't go down through anything more than just this bead here. And then you start to get this herringbone pattern because you're going in and out of that last row and you're going to get that like chevron look. So now I'm going to add a green and a copper, get this little sporadic coloring in here. So we're going to go through that bead with the beads on the thread. And then before you add anything, don't do it before you go up through this bead. So see how you've got that row you're adding and the row you're working within and the row below you. You'll keep building on that. Ooh, guys, I've been beading all day and my back hurts. I know it sounds luxurious to get to bead all day, but when you're doing it for formal work stuff and you're a little stressed out, then it can be a little uncomfortable. So trying to work through this here. That's the other reason for keeping this video a little shorter is hopefully I can save my back a little bit from being too tense. All right, so I went back around and I went through first the second bead in the last row, not the last row I just added, but the previous row. And then now I'm going to go up through that last bead added in the very last row. So that is starting to look like some lovely herringbone or endobelly. You'll hear it called both. This is from African traditions, tribal beadwork. So we are grateful to all the talented hands that came before ours who have created these beautiful stitches for us to work with. Now, TV Magic, ta-da, we're going to start working on one of the additions for the drops. So gotta love that when I've got part of the project started. This part's a little bit more of like the ladder stitch again and just like a round sort of pattern. I'm going to add 2 of my beads. It's almost square stitch, something along those lines. So I've got 2 beads on my needle. I'm going to go coming out of, so you're adding these like drop rows off of like, you know, you've got these patterns of like sets of 2 beads. So we're working with like 2 at a time. So you're going to have 3 drops if you have 6 beads wide in your project. So we're going to come through that bead. We've got the 2 beads on. We're coming out of the bead beside it in that stack. And then we're going to bring it down. Now that looks like the chevron or the herringbone, but then we're going to come back up through these 2 beads so that our thread is staying within the same row that we exit and enter. And that's the tail that's flying around in the camera there. So you'll just get this like strand of double wide strand of beads here that are connected. And you're going to be coming out and going into the same bead side each time. So like come out of the right, go into the left, if that makes sense. And then, so down through 1, up through 2. If you go up through just this top one, you'll get a little twisty. Don't want that. So I'm going to work along here so I can add a drop for you guys. And we're doing good on time. Awesome. Anybody out there working on their Thanksgiving dinners already tonight? We're very lucky. We're going to be able to, I think, wait until tomorrow. And we're just continuing this stack 2 by 2. Oop. Yeah, it's not shocking that I don't have as much grip in my beating fingers as I normally do, because I am at the point in this game where I'm doing a little too much of it, but I love it so much, right? Like, it's hard to step away from things that you love, even if it's work and your body hurts. Oh, and I've got 3 different color options, not just colors, but mixes in these drops. So there's like a real like lighter set. There's the one with the gold on the edge. There's the ones with the like, I think I call it a powder finish. It's almost silvery, but not quite. And that could be really springy looking. The rest of these could be fall or winter or summer, depending on how you use them. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to stock more of these because we really love this etched drop. It glows. Can you see that red, how it glows from the inside out? So pretty. So once you decide on the length of one drop, and again, you can reference the photo from the original post for the video, and then this project is, or this piece as well that I'm working on. But you're gonna work from the longest strand to the shortest, or vice versa. This happens to be my shortest strand, of course. Try not to be too picky about how I put my colors on, but I really want to give you guys the what for here. Oh, tied up my, see, this is what happens when you start to rush. You get knots of beads and thread happening. All right. So got a few more beads before we're going to be longer than our previous one. So, and this is where your 15s really come in, that and the top of the project. I think these size 10s would be a little clunky to attach an ear wire with, and they wouldn't be as cute for your drop attachment either, but try to change this up a little bit because I keep adding my bead colors in similar intervals and I don't want to be too boring. And then also the other consideration is to make your strands so that, like, I'm going to add a few more sets of 10s because I really want this drop to not clunk around next to the one that's already there, if that kind of makes sense to you guys. Well, whatever everybody's doing out there tonight, I hope that your holidays, if you are celebrating, go smoothly, that your pie stays whole, and that your turkey is not dry. Okay, I think we'll show you the ropes here. So on each side of the drop, you're going to add 3 15s. So we're going to do 3 15s and throw them around apparently. And then, I can't decide. I think I want my drops to face different directions. These happen to have finishes on the sides, so you have to kind of make a decision about that when you're attaching them too. 3 15s on each side of the drop and then the drop itself. And you could play around with different size drops. This size is going to be important because of the size 10 seed beads, the matte tubo cylinders. So if you are using a bigger or smaller bead for the weaving part, then you could play around with your drop size too. But I'm going to go through and reinforce that drop addition. Basically, you want to make sure that the drop is nice and snug against those 15s so that you're not seeing any unnecessary thread. Choosing a thread that goes with your project is helpful too, but all right. Sorry, I try to stay on camera and it keeps like shifting just a little bit, but these are going to be so cute. I'm going to show you guys the top really fast and then I have to skedaddle. But I appreciate you being here. And if you have supply questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know. So we're exiting the top on that side. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ms. Zach. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much for the compliment. I really love how this is going too. I felt like I poured some of these 4mm bicones out and I think I just put them right back where I had them. So if I didn't mention this already, this is a design by Sheila Schanne, who happens to be my mother, very talented designer that graces us with her projects here at Beads to Live By and has all these fun ideas for our products. So I've got one bicone, 2 15s, and a bicone, and I'm going to go from that. So the center is made up of 2 beads since you've got 6 total. We're coming out of like the 3rd or the 4th bead and going down through the 3rd or the 4th, depending on what direction you're counting from. And I have to admit, I don't remember exactly what she added to hers, but this is how we'll top ours off. It's similar, I think. And you've got just enough space in between those beads at the top to add your own little ear wire. So that is the deal today. I really appreciate everyone who was watching. If you're watching the replay, please enjoy this project. Make it your own, and we look forward to seeing your projects. If you want to share what you're working on, we have a Facebook group called Beads in Progress. It's on the screen there, and you can come join us and share projects that you're either working on from our tutorials or beads you've bought from us that you are using in projects or classes that you've taken through the store. As long as it ties back to us somehow, that's the point of the group, is so people can see what others are doing from their Beads to Live By experience. So thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating. If not, I hope you have a great rest of your week too. We have sales going on at the store in Jackson, Michigan for Black Friday and Shop Small Saturday. And then we will be doing a big Cyber Monday sale with lots of deals. So thank you for your support. We appreciate it. Bye.